It's the morning of the third day, so Sunday morning, 10:45, and I'm just getting myself ready. Just gone through my little morning routine. It's all been very leisurely. Woke up about 8:30, 8:45, something like that. And so I've had my oats with some crushed almonds and cashews and some coconut oil. So that was the first thing. Well, the very first thing was probably had the best part of a litre of water as well, maybe a bit more this morning. That's generally the first thing I do in the morning. Then I had my oats. Then I had some rye breads here with some more coconut oil and some banana. So I've had 4 of those. 4 rye breads, 1 banana. What else have I done? What else have I had? Oh yes, and I've had my water with sodium bicarbonate and some water with some spirulina in there for some goodness. So next is what I'm going to be having on the bike. So I've got 1 bottle of water with some sodium bicarbonate in it, and I've got 1 bottle of isotonic drink, which is orange juice, cold pressed, with water and some Himalayan pink salt. So that'll be what I have fluid-wise on the bike. Then I've got a Trek bar, a Stoats wholesome and hearty blueberry porridge and honey oat bar, and another Cliff bar. I'm taking a little bit more food with me today, simply because this ride's going to be a little bit longer. Instead of the 8 miles to the top that I've been doing the last couple of days, this is 19 miles, so I am cutting it short. I was going to do the full sort of 35 miles, but because it's the last day and because I had to change what I was doing on the first 2 days, I'm now going to change what I'm doing on the last day. Obviously, got my various cameras. I've got now my camera on the bike, so I'll be using both of those. I've got my water with me as well. That's just for the car when I have that. Also taking some extra layers, because when you get to the top of the mountain, it gets cold. So when you come back down, you're not doing anything on the bike. It can get quite cold. So I've got some. I've got a pair of, just a light pair of gloves and another layer to put on. So that's pretty much the morning routine and what I've been preparing this morning. And I think that's about it. I've tidied round. Got to leave the place tidy because I can't leaving it a mess. And that's about it, I think. So yeah, I'm going to start getting the car ready, and I'm going to drive up to a car park which is just the other side of a reservoir, which means not a great deal to you because you can't see it on a map. But basically it's about 19 miles from the summit of the Col Du Galibier, so I'm going to go there now. So I'll speak to you soon. top of the Col Du Galibier. I've come up on that road behind me. It sort of zigzags its way up, but you can't really see a great deal from here. But I am 2,642 meters elevation. It took me, the Col Du Galibier is one part of it, that took me about 45 minutes. And then there's another road that I came up, which took about an hour and 10, so total hour and 55 to do 19 miles, which is pretty decent. The weather's pretty cool up here. You can obviously see the scenery's pretty cool as well. There's a lot of people, a lot of motorbikes, a lot of cars, all taking photos by the sign. I've already done mine, so I've just put my base layer on, and I'm gonna head back down, get back to the car, and get tidied up, because I'm pretty knackered. So I'm gonna get fed and whatnot. It'll probably take me the best part of an hour to get back down as well, because the first part's quite windy, the Galibier, and then the next part's pretty straightforward, just straight down through a valley. So yeah, see you back down the bottom. Final evening in France, and I'm just cooking some food up. I'm just putting together various bits of the vlog for today. Obviously this will be the final bit, so I can get this recorded and get that put together and uploaded. Other than that, today was a 20-mile bike ride up to the top of the Col Du Galibier, another famous Tour de France climb, which went up to the top of. It's a lovely ride, it's a great ride, it's just all uphill, which makes it that little bit harder, but coming down's a little bit easier on the legs, but a little bit harder on the head because of the fear factor of it only being small roads, yet not much to stop you from going over the top apart from your brakes. So that said, took me 2 hours to get up, best part of an hour to get back, about 45-50 minutes to get back down, which was quite nice. Nice tailwind blowing me up the hill, bit of a headwind coming down, but that's not too much of a problem. I prefer it to be that way than the other way. So that is it for the Alps 2019. I've got a big long drive tomorrow, all the way back up to Calais, and then back from Folkestone to Bristol. Going to do it in very short, sharp stints, just so I can have a little bit of a rest myself and give my car a little bit of a rest as well. So that is it for 2019. I will probably be back for 2020.